welcome once again back here to my channel. It is myself, Josie, with Josie Says, Pues Ta Cabrón. Before I start, guys, I do want to remind you guys that if you guys are still not subscribed, don't forget to hit that subscription button and the notification bell so you guys know when I upload another awesome video. Wow, guys, this last question I asked really got a lot of responses. I want to thank everybody who participated, either by commenting down below in the question on my Instagram right here, and DMing me. A lot of you guys DM me, and I'm very appreciative of that. As you guys can see, I'm once again in my very expensive studio, aka my car. I do have the AC running right now, guys, because I do live in Southern California, and right now it is approximately 107 degrees outside. It's muggy, it's nasty, and if I don't turn on the car with the AC, I will die in here. So I'm trying to speak a little bit loud. I hope my voice is not soft. I pray that this deep money voice helps you guys out right now. Let's get started. The question was, guys, and this comes from a couple people who have been asking this. Not only that, and a couple of times that it's been brought up in conversations. If you guys have a child, and this is for male and females, and you end up having another partner, so of course baby mama or baby daddy didn't work out, and you guys move on to another partner, is it okay to have that child called your significant other, who's not the biological parent, mom or dad? And this one, guys, I even had to include my co-workers in the mix, as you guys know, I do work with only male, only one other woman, and their responses were they're good. So that was my question, guys. And so a lot of you guys, like I said, did respond. I'm gonna read some of your guys' responses, and then I'll tell you guys, of course, what Josie thinks. So I have someone who said no, another person said hell no, unless the other parents want 0% involved and the step parent has raised the kid since they were little, then no. Someone said my girl's biological father isn't in the picture, and my significant other has been a part of their life for 7 years now, so he's had a major part in helping them raise my girls. My older girls don't call him dad, but my 9-year-old, who only knows them as that, does call him that. Because the 9-year-old has no recollection of her biological father. So for her, I believe it's okay to call him dad, seeing as he and that's all she knows. Someone said, I think it's up to the kids. We, as their biological parents, are innately mom and dad. When there is a step parent, you win the title, and it's a privilege for that kid to feel comfortable to call you step parent, mom, or dad. I think it also depends on the age of the child. If a step parent came in when the child was young, it's likely the kid would consider them as mom or dad. Older kids will likely not call them that, but respect each other as being part of as the biological parent. Example, my mom's boyfriend or husband. So is it okay? If the child feels it is, yes, but not because that you tell them to do it. So I do like that, and that's the shorter version, guys. Someone said, I think depends on the situation. For example, my daughter calls my husband dad, but she has grown up without her father in her life, and she called him dad when she felt it was in her heart. And I personally know this person that commented, actually DM me. I know her story, so it makes a lot of sense. Someone said, it's up to the child. My son has his bio dad that is a piece of crap, and my significant other has been there for him for about 2.5 years already, and he does everything for him. He's a big help. He has a help in a big way as possible. Right now, I think he's wrestling with the idea of calling him dad, but that's only because he wants to stay loyal to his real dad. So that's the shorter version of that. So like I said, I got many majority of you guys were in agreement that it really just depends on the situation. Let me share with you guys a couple of what my co-workers said. One of them absolutely said, hell no, I don't care, don't bring that guy near me, and no, and the girls know that I'm dad and only dad. And another person said, well, it really depends on the age. If the child is little and young, and they, you know, that's how they are raised, and then, you know, to say that that other guy is dad because they call original dad dad, then he says, I will speak to the biological dad. If the biological dad was a 100% dad, then I'll speak to him and, you know what, your son or daughter's calling me dad. Is it okay with you? He said, if the guy says no, then we go back to calling my name, my first name, and I'm okay with that. And another coworker said, I wouldn't be okay with the child calling me dad. Even though he's comfortable and he wants to, I will definitely not allow it. He says, because in a way, you don't want to hurt the child if anything goes bad. It's bad enough they're calling you dad. And what if, because the reason is because the dad's not there, and now he's calling me dad. What if it doesn't work out with me and their mom? And then what happens then? You know, you have that connection, and it's really, really hard to let go once there is a connection. I asked the only lady I work with, and she said, well, you know, whatever makes my daughter comfortable. So I really don't feel anything against it. And of course, I had to get my husband's point of view on this. And before I can even finish the sentence, he said, absolutely F no. And I dare my kids to call the other person dad, right? And I'm like, oh, so that's no, you don't want them to call someone else dad? And he said, no, if I am 100% in their life, why do they feel they need to call anybody else dad? And why will you allow it? Why will you allow that kid to call, you know, my kids to call someone else dad? Very, very good. So those are the responses I got, guys. So then I started thinking about it, right? Because I always put myself in my situation. Me personally, no, I will not allow my kids to call any other person dad. I do feel like I may be wrong, that if me and my husband ever do divorce or shit happens, like I tell you guys, we don't know when our forever ends. I wouldn't want my daughter or my son to call my boyfriend or anybody else or future husband, if I remarry, dad, because that's not their dad. My husband will still be part of their life. Why should they feel they need to call anybody dad? I think that as a young kid, you are confused and you want to call someone dad, right? But I feel that dad title implies a lot. Like if you're that boyfriend or girlfriend, and I'm going to put a side note in a little bit. Have you earned it? Like one of my coworkers said, I wouldn't be okay with him calling me dad. I haven't been there. I don't know what he's about, right? And I'm like, that's very true. He goes, so say, you know, you picked up a girl and she has a kid, and let's say he's 3-4 years old, and you finally win him over in a couple of years. By then he'll be what, 9, 10 maybe. I don't think it'd be okay for him to call you dad, knowing that, you know, like I said, the biological dad has been in the picture 100%. So here's a side note, guys, and this is more for my females, because I had a lot of you guys, majority of you guys were females that said it's okay. If your baby daddy, who has been in the picture 100%, and you're still allowing your kid to call someone else dad, will you guys be okay if baby daddy moves on with a female and your child calls that woman mom? Think about it. Think about it, and think about it hard, because a lot of you girls started snapping, rolling your eyes. I can see you from here. My answer to that is absolutely to the hell no. I dare my kids to call any other person mom. It's no, I don't think so, right? Because the majority of the times we do a lot for our kids, right? We hold the fort down. So my question is, if all you ladies that answered yes, call the, you know, my boyfriend, my love of my life, dad, will you guys be okay if your child calls baby daddy's new girlfriend mom without even earning the title? Because I know what a lot of you girls are going to start saying. Oh no, I'm there for my kid, I bathe them, I blah blah blah, right? We have a list of why we deserve that no one else can be called mom, right? We're there, we feed them, I go through hell and back with them, I do their homework, I cook, no, okay. So what's so different if the father is there 100%? So why are we okay with them calling dad? Another issue I will have with my kids being called another person dad is, unless we are not married, who's to guarantee me again another forever? It's bad enough, you know, I mean, this is a hypothetical scenario. If me and my husband were to divorce, that's a big impact on the kids, and that really doesn't matter what age the kid is. They feel it. They feel the breakup, and they will always have a little, it was me, why aren't you guys together? I don't have my mom and dad in the same household. And now you're introducing a new person, and now that person is dad or mom, and who's to guarantee that too will be a forever? And if it's not a forever, now the kid had two parents, quote unquote, who have stepped out of the scene. So there's a lot of it's very wonderful, guys, in a world of butterflies and rainbows. It's very, very nice to say I would love for him to be called dad, or my new boyfriend, my new significant other, because we want them to be attached to the kid, because you guys know that sometimes having kids is the deal breaker for a lot of men, and we want them to feel like, oh, well, look, he's calling you dad, see, you should feel special. I feel like if I were to have little ones and my husband was 100% in the picture, I would say, no, baby, that's not dad. That's insert his name here, right? Gerardo Ortiz. That's what I would say. I will start, teaching my kid, yeah, you respect him. Yeah, he is like a father figure, but your real father is in the picture. Now, let's hit the other scenario. You have a deadbeat, left, never been in the picture, does not care about your kid. If that guy and girl, because we forget that sometimes it's the guy that moves on, has earned the love and respect, and it's not just calling your boyfriend or girlfriend mom, dad, because that's what he hears it should be called. I mean, really earn that title, because that's a very title, right? They say anybody can be a dad, but can you be a father? If you really earn that title, I'm okay with it. Like, say that, me and my husband divorced after my daughter was born, and she's about to be 10, and I moved on with someone else, right? And so he picked up Valerie at, when she was a couple months, and let's say Carlos was 3, right? Because my son would have been 3 10 years ago. And my husband was a deadbeat. He never was around. He didn't care. And once in a great moon when he had time, but my boyfriend or significant other has been there 100% and earned that love and trust from them, then yeah, I really don't see a problem in calling him dad. Because like I said, it's a lot of years. You have been there from the start, and you've earned that title. But then again, my husband will really have to be a deadbeat dad. I do know of a girl in a situation right now whose father has been, her daughter has been a deadbeat dad. Never been there, could care less for the daughter. She moved on. She's been with this guy for maybe, I'm going to say 5-6 years, give or take. And yet the daughter still does not call him dad, and will never call him dad, because that is not her dad. Mind you, the boyfriend adores her. The boyfriend loves her and treats her as his own, but that's not dad. Even though she never really had a relationship or has a relationship with original dad. But like she says, I'm not going to start getting technical with my daughter. She knows that's just my boyfriend. She calls him by his first name, and we're good with that. She does love and care a lot for him, but will never use that word dad. Like I said, I might be a little bit old school in this. I really feel like that dad title really has to be earned and really can't just be thrown out there. I do agree with a person who said, don't force the kid. Now, if you're that baby mama who wants the kid to maliciously start calling the other guy dad just to piss off baby daddy, and I know a lot of baby mamas out there that do things on purpose to piss off baby daddy, then that's bad, because you're messing up the kid. You are, they get confused. A kid of any age gets confused. So I don't know, guys. This was a really posta cabron situation. Like I said, I do like what my coworker said. I would speak to the dad and ask the dad, if the dad is 100% in the picture, hey, your kid's starting to call me dad. What do we think here? And if the other guy, the biological dad, is like, yeah, I don't care, go for it, then go. It is what it is. As a woman, like I said, let's think about it in the other scenario. Will we be okay with baby daddy calling my kid calling baby daddy's new girlfriend mom? And even though they're in a long relationship and they're moved in together and all that, let's be real about it. Will we be okay with it? Like I said, sometimes we want to make, combine the household together, and we forget that the kids have feelings that they wear on their sleeves, and they will never understand the whys because they're little. You know, we never understood her first heartbreak. We didn't even understand her second heartbreak. So for us to, you know, try to say, oh, he's 4, he needs to understand, or he's even 14, 15, he needs to understand, that's really selfish on our part to say, because like I said, they haven't been through those kind of emotions, so they don't know what to act, and they don't know that it's going to be okay. So at the end of the day, of course, like I always tell you guys, it's my opinion. You guys can do whatever you guys want and whatever you guys feel is going to be okay for your children. You guys know them more than anybody else. But at the same time, I always do tell girls, walk with caution, you know, because that's a very, it's a thin line. I will throw it out there, and we had this conversation yesterday because I threw it out with my parents and my brothers and sisters, that I really feel that if a man really wants to take that title of being called dad by your little ones or little one or whatever the situation might be, and that means your child is taking him seriously, then I would kind of request or hint that you need to be taken seriously too. Because like I said, if they really loved you, they will make that family, they will unite that family, and they will make it official family. And you know, that way the kid now really knows, oh wow, this is a family structure. I get it, I like it. Like I said, I do find it weird when, you know, us girls, and I'll include myself in it, will commit to a guy and play, you know, all the duties and the mommy and daddy and play house and all that, but yet we're so lenient and so shalong about, you know, making it official. And I feel like, in all honesty, if he makes it official and puts that ring on your hand and has the house and loves your kids and wants to be everything possible and understands his roles, if there is, you know, the biological in the biological dad or parent in the picture, then why not? Yes, if you want to call him dad, go ahead and call him dad. So I think, and you know, and all around, or to make it simpler, be careful what we decide to allow our kids to do. And I do feel that it is, you know, a base on base situation. But if the father is 100% involved, I personally, me, Josie, would not allow my kids to call another person dad. That to me will be an insult to my husband, who is everything he's supposed to be, right? It's bad enough single dads have a bad, you know, they talk bad about the single dad. Oh, you know, he's not real dad because he only has them on the weekends, blah, blah, blah. To add, you know, injury, or what is it, more salt on the wound, on the wound, you're gonna call that person dad now, right? When you weren't there when all the hard work happened. But if you earn the trust and love, and the kid loves you because you've really put effort into it, then hey, why not call him dad? And again, I asked you girls to consider, you know, hey, would I be okay? Would I be okay with my kid, especially a son? Like, I have a son, and I would be devastated if my son decided to call anybody else mom, because I'm mommy, right? So I would like to put my feelings in place of my husband or ex-husband if we were to break up, and know and understand that, wow, you know, that would really hurt his feelings. And like I said, he already said hell to the F. No, don't even think about it. Don't even question it. I will teach my kids that is not that, and how dare you will allow that kind of thing. So I said, okay, I feel the same way. I feel the same way if I was in that case. So in the end, guys, yes, it is whatever works for your family. Just be cautious, walk that line, and say yes or no. Because the last thing we want to do is hurt any kids that has already been through a breakup, obviously, because, you know, you guys are in a new one. So always walk with caution when you try to you know, allow certain things to happen on boyfriend and girlfriend. Because like I said, that's just boyfriend and girlfriend. You know, reality, when a man really loves a woman and really wants to settle down and is not scared of commitment or anything else, you know, this will be even a 10-year engagement. That becomes like, hey, I'm taking you seriously. Let's do this. So let me know what you guys think. A lot of you guys already did. I'm sorry I couldn't read all the messages. But hey, keep them coming. And I will see you guys on our next video. New question coming up. So don't forget to subscribe to my Instagram. And the Instagram is down below. And I'll link it down in the description box. So until then, this has been myself, Josie, reminding you guys to say, Josie says, pues está cabrón. Bye, guys.